Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Now we will see how to join the webinar when time comes. Uh, Here I look for the confirmation email or the reminder email. Sometimes it sends a reminder a day before the webinar. You click on that and look for the button that says join webinar. You click on join webinar. It will take you to this page. You click launch software, and the software application will be downloaded. Make sure you click any confirmation, like are you sure you want to continue, click yes. Are you sure you want to run, click run. Any confirmation, accept it, and now it will take you directly to the webinar, and it's connecting you now because the webinar already started. You will see the webinar window, and that's what
Welcome
is
to Go to
presented.
Webinar. Web events made easy. Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
Yeah, so now it tells you that you are an attendee in a listen only mode, because the webinar, the default mode for the webinar is that you're only listening, but however you can ask permission to speak, and you will be unmuted by the organizers to speak if you want. So that's the window that the webinar presentation will take place, and this is the application window that also will be using some time. Right now, when you listen, you're using the microphone and the speaker to speak and listen. What if your computer doesn't have a speaker, which is rarely the case these days, or you want to talk but you don't have a mic? You can actually switch to phone, which is very discouraged. The phone quality is less in quality than the mic and speaker. So you can actually click use telephone if you have to do so, and you dial this number, and you enter this access code, and make sure you, after entering the access code, you enter the pin code, which is actually very important to identify you to the organizer, so they can unmute you when you raise your hand. Otherwise they will not know you, and you won't be able to speak, and sometimes you won't be able even be able to listen. So I would recommend using the mic and speaker if your computer has speaker, since you're in listen only mode, and if you will have to talk,
Welcome to
you will
Go
have
to Webinar.
the
Web
mic. So
events
the reason
made
it's
easy.
repeating this
Welcome
is
to the
because
webinar. You have entered as an
I
attendee
switched
in
back
listen-only
to
mode.
mic speaker. Now if I would like to ask a question without having to speak, I can type this question here. Assalamu alaikum, please emphasize. This is a very hard for me to type because it's a new computer and it's not mine. Please emphasize this point again by some examples. This question is very badly written, because what point are you talking about? So try to be as thorough as possible, and when you click send, this message will go to the organizers and also the presenter, and try to be brief, and don't use the question area to chat with the organizers. Just ask questions here. If you would like to speak, or if you're asked to raise your hand, here is the way you raise your hand. That's click here. Your hand will be raised, and because there is a red arrow here, it tells you that your hand is raised already. So right now the organizer sees your name and sees a hand next to it. So if you're asked to vote or something, or if you're raising your hand to ask a question, the organizer will probably give you a chance to answer. If you keep it like this, your hand will be always raised in front of the organizer. Sometimes the organizer put your hands down by force. He or she has the ability to do so. And if you would like to just lower your hand, you click here, you lower your hand. Sometimes when we say raise your hand, people say, how can I raise my hand? I don't know how to raise my hand. That's where it is. You will keep listening and watching and enjoying, hopefully, inshallah, the webinar. And if you'd like to leave, you can click here and leave. Sometimes people leave by mistake, and the way to join back is to go through the same exercise again. Go to the email, click on join webinar. However, it is recommended actually that you close all your browser windows. Sometimes if you don't close all your browser windows, you won't be able to join. So close all your browser windows, and make sure you go through the same process again. Go into email, click on join webinar, and you will be joining again, inshallah. looking forward to have all of you on our Mass National Tarbiya webinars, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.